Hello guys, welcome to this new video. This one is also a requested question for question number 19 from paper November 1-1. Okay, so the land shown it has a wheat storage depot at A, B, and C. So here we have depots A, B, and C. Now, part 1, given that the bearing of C from A is 115, find the bearing of A from C. So whenever you have these kind of questions, you always have to find out what exactly are you looking for. So first thing first, let's join these two together, A to C. So to find bearings, always draw your north line. Okay, so this is very important when you're about to draw bearings, to find bearings. Okay, this and this. Now, given that the bearing of C from A is 115, so C from A, that will be 115. So now what we need to find, question is asking us to find the bearing of A from C. So from C we have to begin on the north line and going until A. So we have to find this red angle. So if you observe, as you can see here, this is a straight line. If this is 115, this has to be 180 minus 115. That will be 65, right? 65. Now, if this is 65, this also has to be 65 because they are alternate angle between parallel north lines. Okay, this is also 65. So now to find the red angle is pretty easy. We just take 360 minus 65. That should be 295 for the bearing of A from C. So now for part B, I guess that's the main part of the question. Local farmers take their wheat to the nearest depot. That's the thing to understand. So for example, let's say I was a farmer. If I was at this point, for example, let's say I was here. So question I will ask you is, where would I take my wheat? So I will go to the nearest depot. So I will go to A because it is the nearest to me. Now let's say I was here. Where would I take my wheat? So you would say, okay, I'm not too sure because it may be to B or to A or to C. I'm not too sure, right? So we have to find a way to show exactly from what region we can harvest and go to which depots. So that's the main question here. So by drawing a suitable construction, find and shade the region which is served by the depot B. So we have to find, if I want to go to depot B, to what extent I can go from, but I can always go back to B, where B has to be the nearest to me. So by doing this, by wanting to do this, I have to draw the perpendicular bisectors of these two regions. So from B, because that is the point of interest, we have to join this to our other form of our other depots, not form. So joining B to C and joining A to B. So now we have to draw the perpendicular bisectors of those two lines. So BC is our line. Let's draw that. So we have to measure a distance which is more than halfway. Arc here, arc on this side, and going to your point B, we have to intersect those two arcs. This here and this here. So as you can see, we have our first perpendicular bisector of BC. Now the question I have for you is what does the perpendicular bisector show? So basically what it does is it cuts our line BC exactly in half at 90 degrees. That's its main job. Now what does it show us is that, let's say for example I had this point here. Now I can see, okay, if I was here, given that this is my perpendicular bisector, I can see that this point was closer to B than to C. So by doing this line, I can see exactly which point are closer to the other point than to the other point. So that's why I have to draw this. Now I have this one, but now also I have another form I have to draw for this one as well. So same steps, going to your point A. You have to measure a distance more than halfway and then draw an arc here and another arc here, and going to your point B, intersect the two arcs. So this one I will use a different color. It will be my perpendicular bisector of line. This is the line AB. Okay, so now again, for example, if I go here, this is my perpendicular bisector of the line AB. Now let's say I was here. So at first I did not know if I was closer to A or to B, but now since I have this line, I can clearly see that I was closer to the point A, so I would have gone to point A. So by doing this two line, my question here is it telling me that by shading which region, I can find exactly which region is served by the depot B. So what are the points that is closer to B than to the other region? So by observation, one by one, has to be on the left side of this red line. It has to be on the right side of this blue line to be served by this depot B. So you have to shade this region, okay? That will be the region served by your depot B. So that is, if you were to farm in this region, you will go to your depot B for storage. That's why you have to draw these two lines to see exactly what we need to go to. And that will be your question number 19. I hope that was somewhat helpful. As always, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. I will get back to you guys. On this note, thank you for watching. I will see you soon.